Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on EURAUD. As usual, if you like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see and as per my last picture analysis, we know that EURAUD has been trading inside this big falling broadening wedge, and we are currently in a deep correction phase approaching the upper bound of this falling broadening wedge, acting as a non-horizontal resistance, pushing price lower multiple times, lining up with a horizontal resistance zone, which you can clearly see also from a higher time frame. For now, what we know so far is that we are approaching a resistance, so we'll be looking for sell setups on lower time frames. If you zoom into H4 time frame, we can see that this correction movement is engulfed by this rising channel, and we are currently approaching the upper bound. We know that we might be trading a little bit higher to dive inside the resistance before we trade lower, but we'll be looking for sell setups starting from here, and this is our last major low. If you zoom into a lower time frame, to 30 for example, we can see that we've got a rising broadening wedge forming, and for the bears to take over, as per my trading style, for those who already know me, I'll be waiting for a new swing low to form and then sell on to break downward, which would be around this area. Once the sell is activated, the stop loss would be above the previous swing high, and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective. Of course, meanwhile, until this happens and the sell gets activated, EURAUD can still trade higher and higher before activating a sell setup or even breaks the resistance upward. But we can still dive inside the resistance before we trade lower. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see and as per my last picture analysis, we know that US 500 has been overall bullish. We had our impulse correction and the next impulse, and we are currently in a correction phase trading inside this rising channel in red. And as mentioned, as we approach this channel, I posted it around this area, we'll be looking for buy setups because it's also intersecting with this massive support zone around 3.9k support zone. So that's why we've got the support zone and the non-horizontal support. It would be a good and strong area to look for trend following setups, of course, unless we break it down. In this case, the bears would take over from a longer term perspective. But for now, let's take it step by step. Overall bullish, approaching a support. Let's zoom into lower time frames and look for buy setups. We have been trading inside this falling broadening wedge after we broke below this area, which makes this zone even stronger. That's now intersecting with the lower trend line in red, lower trend line in orange, and this horizontal support zone. However, for the bulls to take over, we need to see a break above the previous high, which is currently right there. Meanwhile, we can trade lower inside the zone. In this case, as we approach this area and dive inside the 3.9k zone to the 3950, I'll be looking for shorter term buy setups. But for now, since we are here, we have an inverse head and shoulders, which we can clearly see forming on H1. So if we get this, would have a left head and the right shoulder right there, and I'll be buying here, targeting this upper area. Meanwhile, if you go lower, it would be even better to me. If we do like this, I'll be looking for a shorter term buy setup to target this previous major high from H4. For now, that's it. I'll be updating accordingly, hopefully next week. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.